Hi, my name's Cody Dietze. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I moved to the Boston area 11 years ago. My wife and I moved to Hopkinton about 5 years ago after being married. We now have a son and a beloved German Shepherd. My journey started when I was young. I remember attending church with my 5 siblings, my father, and my grandmother at a very young age. My parents divorced when I was 10 years old. My father and I slowly separated from our church routine. I would occasionally attend with my grandmother, but the denomination no longer resonated with me as I matured. Shortly after, I was enrolled in a private high school where Catholic studies was a required portion of the curriculum. I also had friends and their families introduce me to local churches within the community. I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn from each of these congregations, but I have to admit, it was very confusing. I remember when I accepted Jesus very vividly. My father was my sole care provider after my parents divorced when I was 10 years old. He suffered a critical medical event while moving me in to my house junior year of college. I spent the next 4 months driving 70 miles one way to spend time with him. I would either sleep at a contingent fraternity house or I would return to campus to attend class 2 days per week. There were several prayers and conversations with God on those road trips, in that fraternity house, and in the hospital as I helped my father recover. My father eventually recovered. He was able to return home, but unfortunately passed away a week later on Thanksgiving morning. I remember returning to my sister's home after leaving the hospital for the last time around 2:30 a.m. I wanted to spend some time alone in the front yard. I realized in that moment that I wasn't alone and that God was there with me. I remember looking up and saying something to the effect of, "God, I don't understand this and I am scared, but I trust in your plan." Admittedly, my journey has been characterized by fits and starts, but my faith has never wavered since that morning in November of 2007. I now realize that God and Jesus have been the one constant throughout my life, and that their love, compassion, and support is what comforted me during those unfortunate times. It's the same unconditional love that I recognize in the momentous events of the present and the everyday interactions that I have with friends, family, and colleagues. When I look back on my life, I can see how God has provided over and over again. I'm grateful to so many people for expressing their faith to me throughout the years and resurfacing the conversation with me. Their love and support has helped bring me to this decision of baptism. I once viewed my faith as a solitary commitment and often doubted my worthiness for baptism. Today acknowledges that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior and destroys those psychological barriers that I've created for myself. I realize that this is a new beginning within my faith journey and an opportunity to redefine my practices and relationships with God and Jesus. I have a lot of work to do, but baptism symbolizes my commitment to that work and will propel my pursuit moving forward.